But how exactly do the kidneys filter your blood? How do they know what to keep and what to get rid of? Here, we will focus on how kidneys are able to filter blood so efficiently. First, blood enters the kidneys through the renal arteries. There are two parts to the kidney, which include the adrenal medulla and the adrenal cortex. The adrenal medulla is the inner portion of the kidney, while the adrenal cortex is the outer portion of the kidney. If we were to zoom into the kidneys, we would see little structures known as nephrons. The nephron is the functional unit of the kidney, and it is what allows the kidneys to filtrate blood. Let's focus on the structure of the nephron. First, blood enters through the renal artery, then passes through a structure known as the glomerulus, which is just a cluster of capillaries. Then, if blood enters the nephron through the Bowman's capsule, it will ultimately be filtered. Now, the filtration process of blood begins. Once blood passes through the Bowman's capsule, it passes through the proximal convoluted tubule. Here, reabsorption and secretion occur. Reabsorption of important stuff, such as glucose, amino acids, and vitamins occurs. Here, secretion of waste such as urea, ammonia, and hydrogen and potassium ions also occurs. Next, blood passes through the descending loop of Henle. The descending loop of Henle is responsible for water reabsorption. As blood moves downward and towards the adrenal medulla, the concentration of salt increases. This means that osmolarity increases. Remember, water follows salt, and salt follows water. Therefore, if blood is passing through a vessel where salt concentration is increasing, water is going to be reabsorbed. Next, blood passes through the ascending loop of Henle. In contrast to the descending loop of Henle, the ascending loop of Henle is responsible for salt reabsorption. As blood moves upwards and towards the adrenal cortex, the concentration of salt decreases. This means that osmolarity decreases. Because of this, salt is simply able to diffuse out of the loop in order to be reabsorbed. Next, blood enters the distal convoluted tubule. Here, salt reabsorption occurs through the steroid hormone aldosterone. Because water follows salt, both salt and water are reabsorbed by the distal convoluted tubule. Lastly, blood enters the collecting duct, where both aldosterone and a DH exert their effects. Aldosterone reabsorbs both salt and water, but a DH only reabsorbs water. Once blood finishes passing through the collecting duct, it travels through the ureters and towards the bladder, where it can be expelled as urine.